Less sleep equals a shorter life. Have you ever woke up and you felt sore, aches and pains? Or you woke up in the middle of the night and you could not get back to sleep? Or you simply couldn't sleep at all because you was tossing and turning all night long? Well, today we're going to give you some tips to get through that and get over that hump. Because I'm Dr. J.
And I'm Dr. C.
And we're two doc minds.
Let's go. Today, like Dr. J said, we're talking about how shorter sleep can decrease your life.
Absolutely.
This is very important information. So tell the listeners or the people that are watching this video, why is this important and what can they do to help us with our content?
Well, it's important that you always reach out to us because, hey, this video came exactly from suggestions from you. So we want you to continue to hit those comments. Also hit that like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we want you to get the content when it's fresh out on the street.
Absolutely.
So that you can implement it in your daily lives so that you can get to the goals that you want, because the goal of this channel for all of us to reach the goals and the desires that we're aiming to.
Yep, absolutely. So let's get right into the topic. So we're going to give you a couple of tips of why you should use these tips to increase your sleep every single night.
So, which is going to help you increase your life.
Absolutely. Let's get right into the 4 tips that we got here.
Yes.
So let's limit caffeine and limit alcohol intake.
So that's coffee, right?
That is coffee.
That is critical. And Dr. C, I see a lot of people wake up and they have to have their Starbucks. Or
that's me.
They have to have a certain coffee. They have to have something that has a lot of caffeine. We're not saying just eliminate it, but reduce it. And pay attention to the times in which you do it. Because if you're doing caffeine at night, it gets your body up, right? It gets you really hyper and active. It gives you that energy. But sometimes find it hard to then reduce that energy, right? So that I can get a good quality sleep.
Coffee is definitely an energy boost.
Yeah.
And when you're looking to go back to sleep or go to sleep and lay down and really have your body go into that sleep mode, that energy boost lasts a very long time, especially if you decide to drink coffee in the afternoon. It's still there when you go lay down at night. It's still existing in your body. So it's hard to get ready for that long night's sleep that you should be looking forward to.
And even with the alcohol, right, is that drug, if you will, in your body that doesn't allow you to get the night's sleep. It may mask other things, but it doesn't mask that sleep that you need. And so if you can reduce that or even eliminate it in your daily or nightly habits, or even when you're stressed and you want to have that, find alternatives like sparkling water.
Oh, yeah.
Water, get a nice drink of some other sort.
Herbal tea.
Oh my goodness, those things will work, right? Or mocktail.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. And so that, they're healthier for you, number one.
Right.
But 2, they still allow you to get that sleep. And your sleep is the most important because the timing in your sleep is critical. So if I'm drinking coffee and then I can't wind down till 11 o'clock at night, right, then I'm going to lose that sleep, especially if I'm used to going to sleep at 9 o'clock. So that clock of your sleep is just as important.
It changes. So that's going to aid in you having a longer sleep. In essence, having a longer life. So the next tip that we're going to get into to increase your sleep numbers is to manage stress.
Absolutely. So that's critical, Dr. C.
Yep.
And the reason why that's critical is, and I'm just going to tell you just from me, when I fall asleep or get into the bed really stressed, sometimes I may get an initial sleep. So say, for instance, I go to bed at 10 o'clock. I may be good to 1 o'clock and got good 3 hours of sleep. But some anxiety or something wakes me up in the middle of the night at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I can't get back to sleep.
Right.
So I did get a few hours of good sleep, or what I thought was for good sleep, but then I lose all the rest. And then when I do that over time, I begin to change my sleep habit. So I ended up having to figure out what's causing that stress, and I deal with it before I go to bed so that I don't have that worry or anxiety going into my sleep.
Absolutely. Sometimes it's the small things that keep us stressed out, and it just accumulates into one big problem. Yep. Sometimes it is a big problem that causes you stress. Yeah. But whatever it is, it's not worth your sleep or losing you losing that sleep that adds to the length of your length of your life.
Absolutely. And then when you're looking at alternatives, right, to manage stress, exercising, some type of hobby that you like, building trains, those are all things, yoga,
cooking, gardening, walking. It's a lot of stuff out there.
So just reading, right?
Reading is awesome.
Do those things in its place. You will find that it relaxes you, and it'll put you in a good space.
Yes.
And always think about a routine. If you like to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but like to go to bed early at 9 o'clock, go to bed at 9 o'clock.
Right.
Be consistent.
Yes, consistency is important, and it will aid, again, in the length of sleep that you are able to get. Yeah. It's habit forming.
And exactly.
It's a good habit to decide that I'm going to go to bed every day, not tomorrow, not the next day, but every single day, the same time, and wake up at the same time. Your body will love it.
Absolutely. I mean, you remember our kids? Every day they went to bed at the same time.
Absolutely.
So, they did that for most of their lives, right? And so when it got time for bedtime, they were already tired.
Yes.
So I didn't really have to do much besides, hey, it's bedtime, and they were ready to go to bed and gone.
Yeah.
They were gone. They was lights out in 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they were on a clock.
Yes.
And you gotta do, and that's okay for an adult. Put yourself on a clock.
It's okay. It's a wonderful thing that you give a gift to yourself for that.
And I love that gift because I gave it to myself. Yeah.
So on to the next recommendation that we have for you is consider your sleep environment. Yep. Now, I think that I've noticed, Dr. J, that you probably like nature sounds, or you probably like, just not nice sounds that are soothing, that aid in your sleep. Tell us a little about your sleep environment.
So our sleep environment, we about a decade ago, we took out television out our room.
Yeah.
Right. So we just have a bed, literally, a bed and nightstand.
Right.
Like literally.
Very important.
A bed and nightstand and a little clock radio next to it. Right. And that's what we have. So I need an environment that's limit my distractions. So
yes.
I removed a lot of distractions from where I sleep. In addition to that, right, I have allergies. So a lot of dust in the room.
Me as well.
Or, unclean linen.
Right.
Those things will keep me up at night. So I have to make sure every week I have to dust out my room.
Dust, yep.
Right. I have to change out my linen so that I then not sneezing or something wakes me up at night because of all that dust. So those are the things that I do. And sometimes I like a little bit of the radio.
Right.
And or sound of water going. And that'll put me out, cold. If you will.
A lot of things to consider. Not only keep your room clean, keep it organized. Of course, you want to put your bed in a situation that feels comfortable to you. Yep. Also consider the types of material you sleep in, because sometimes cotton is more comfortable and more airy than other types of material. So there's a lot of considerations that you can take into place to create that soothing environment for you to increase the amount of sleep hours.
And we changed our window dressing.
Yep.
So that it'll be darker.
Absolutely.
So that we can get better light. I know, we're in a new place where it's dark anyway.
It is.
But at the end of the day, where we were, it was more light coming in our windows. So we changed our window dressing. Yeah. And it helped us, create an environment that was right for sleep.
Yeah. Touch all the senses.
Absolutely.
It's sight, scent, smell. All of those wonderful things. Yeah. Try to tap into all those soothing elements that will help you to get more sleep.
Find out what works for you and do it, because sleep is the most important thing that you can have in your life.
Absolutely. Let's get into our last one. But before we do,
like,
comment,
subscribe,
and hit that notification bell.
Yes.
So before we get into our last one,
absolutely,
we would like you to absolutely tell us what you relate to in this particular video podcast. And we want to hear from you.
Absolutely.
What works for you? Has any of these tips worked for you? Are you planning on using any of these tips? Or would you like to discuss more tips like these in our future videos?
Yeah.
We're looking forward to hearing from you.
Absolutely. Just let us know. We want to hear from you.
Absolutely. So our last tip is to seek medical advice if necessary. So if none of these tips that we've mentioned before work for you, it's probably probably best for you to go look to a professional.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, you're absolutely correct. I mean, I always think about it physical, mental, spiritual. And there's a lot of other aspects, but I'll just stop at those top three because I think those are my top three, right? So mentally, if something is going on, especially for a long period of time that I can't shake, I may need to seek some advice.
Yep.
Physically, if I'm aching and I'm having aches and pains and other things going on before and after my sleep, I need to figure out what is causing that to happen.
Yes.
And I need to either talk with a professional to get that help. Spiritually, right? If I'm not sound spiritually, right, and in a great frame spiritually, then I may need to have to reach out to a spiritual advisor if that's what I'm into, right? And really get that help. So it's critical that you leverage all those resources that's around you. And if they're not, go and find them.
Yes.
Because those things will aid you. Don't be afraid to ask for help and or advice.
Yeah, absolutely. When our bodies are creaking, when our bodies are saying, oh, help me, it hurts, or it hurts here and it hurts there, it's probably trying to communicate to you that you probably want to seek out some professional advice on what to do to address those issues.
Yeah, I mean, I was having some neck issues and back issues, and then I went to a chiropractor and I changed my pillow. Right, we changed our mattress, and we were back at 100.
Yeah.
But I had to go and seek that advice so I know what to
happens.
change, right, so that I can get those things right. And if I didn't, I will still be dealing with those issues and reducing my sleep and reducing my life expectancy.
Good job.
Absolutely.
So thank you. Again, like, comment, and subscribe, and we really appreciate you listening to our channel. We hope that you look forward to some more of our videos and some more of this great content. And thank you for supporting Dr. J and I. We are a
Two Doc Minds.
Two Doc Minds. See you next time.